Yeah, my personal thoughts are we've been designing headsets for a while now. And one thing that we've always known and we've talked about a lot is it's a very tight trade space. So if you want to build a great headset for fitness, if you want to build a great headset for productivity, if you want to build a great headset for gaming, these require trade-offs in how you design the optics, the displays, how you choose the sensors, how you do the ID, how you do weight distribution. And the further it is in one vector, the further away it is from another vector. We're going to continue to build what we think of as kind of the most general purpose device that we can. But that leaves a lot of room and opportunity, big markets, we think, for people who are willing to serve those dedicated communities who care a lot more about a specific combination of features. So that's what I'm excited about for Meta Horizon OS. Well, the main thing that cameras get you is an increased tracking volume. So you can track better in places that the camera can't, the headset can't see, which is a benefit to people in the most extreme circumstances. It does come at a considerable expense, a literal expense and weight, cost of the product itself, and the compute required to process those things, the battery required to transmit a more data-intensive workload over. There may be some other opportunities. Maybe if you had cameras there, you could use them for some form of outside-in tracking. Unfortunately, because the hands are constantly in motion, it wouldn't be very reliable, and you'd be putting even more compute and even more workload onto them. So, I think there's different tools for different jobs, and if you care a lot about kind of very complete tracking volumes, cameras are great. Otherwise, I think Constellation's gotten unbelievably good. Yeah, that's the idea. I mean, if you go back to Quest 1 launch, when I was on stage, I said, we're not launching a device here, we're launching an ecosystem. And that is, we want to have, for developers, we want to give them the biggest audience we can so that they can build a business. And for consumers, we want to have the most developers we can so they can have great experiences. That's a two-sided marketplace that we are trying to usher into the world. And we're expanding the footprint with Horizon OS for exactly that reason. Well, AOSP technically, but the truth is we've had to build so much to make it work for the specific types of sensing and displays and silicon and the workloads that we do, that really it's quite different now. So that's the reason we're talking about Meta Horizon OS, is because we really are pretty far from where we started. We do still benefit tremendously from the open source AOSP and still integrate security patches and core work there for the kernel and the layers kind of immediately above it. But the higher up you go, the more different it has to be to work for the headset. Yeah, we have an advanced display technology group in our Reality Labs research division who is constantly looking at different types of displays. And there are ideas of displays where you could do what's called direct projection. You could take a low-grade laser that's safe and directly, beam an image onto the back of the retina. To do that, you need to have something called pupil steering. Pupil steering doesn't actually involve steering pupils, weirdly enough. It means knowing exactly, and I mean to sub-millisecond accuracy, where your eye is at the moment. That's really hard because your eye is constantly in motion. It's doing saccades, it's looking around, and you can't miss. And so to do that, you actually have to predict those movements. You probably have to know the muscle triggers. You have to have sensors around the muscles that are powering your eyes, which is to say, it's going to be a while. We definitely want them to work on glasses as well as on mixed reality headsets. Obviously, the sensors are going to be less rich on the glasses, and so there's some work that we have to do to work with different types of sensors and get them trained up. But that is the goal: is to have them work everywhere.